Hey there, it's Joseph, and welcome back to the San Miguel de Allende Secrets channel here on YouTube. And today we're going to talk about the Virgin of Guadalupe, and particularly her impact here during the holiday season. As always, if you need more information, in the descriptive box below, there are lots of websites you can go out to, including Amazon.com, that has for sale all the best-selling books in the San Miguel de Allende Secrets book series. So, the Virgin of Guadalupe is a version of Mary, Jesus' mom. And when the Spanish came to town to take the silver out of Mexico back to Spain and to convert the indigenous to the new religion. And if I was a Spanish priest trying to explain to you the Son of God, your first question as an indigenous person would be then, well, who's his mom? Because you can't be the son of somebody without a mom. And women were always important in terms of faith for the indigenous. For example, the goddess of death was a woman that lived as a skeleton in her skeleton castle underground. So they were used to women being in power in terms of faith. And for the first 12 years the Spanish were here in Mexico, they had great luck getting the silver out, but marginal success on the conversion front. Because Spaniards, just like Americans and folks from Canada today, very word-oriented. We like letters into words, words into sentences. The Bible's even called the Word. For the indigenous, that meant nothing because they were visual thinkers. And it wasn't until in 1532 this image of Mary appeared to a poor farmer there in the left-hand corner named Juan Diego. And she spoke to Juan Diego in his language, not Spanish. And that's when everything began to change. Guadalupe tells Juan Diego, I would like a chapel here. She's outside the northern part of Mexico City. Go tell the bishop. And when Juan Diego does, the bishop doesn't believe him. Because why would Mary come all the way down from heaven and talk to Juan Diego in his language when she has him, a Spanish-speaking bishop, right there in the same village? So the next time Juan Diego goes out and about, Mary appears again. And she's like, where's my chapel? So Juan Diego admits the bishop didn't believe me. So a frustrated Mary tells her, okay, look, see those roses growing by me? Go put those in your cape and go deliver them to the bishop. And the legend is when he does, and he opens up that cape in front of the bishop and out fall the roses, on his cape is this image of Mary. Now the capes, they're made from cacti, and it lasts about 15 to 20 years. His cape is over 500 years old, has a chapel built around it, that's now the most visited church in the world outside of the Vatican, because this image speaks volumes. First off, her hair is loose. That indicates that she's a virgin. She's not married. But she's pregnant. She's really pregnant, and you can tell right underneath her hands there, she wears a black belt that indigenous woman wore to show they were pregnant. Her face is neither indigenous nor Spanish. It's a mixture of the two. Her hands, one is big and white, one small and brown, because she's about to give birth to the new country and new race of Mexico that's a mix between the indigenous and the Europeans. The way she stands, she has one foot in front of the other because she's getting ready to start dancing and clapping, which is still how the indigenous pray. So if you see some of our long processions here in San Miguel de Allende, notice what the indigenous dancers are often doing over and over again, which is making the sign of the cross with their feet, because like Guadalupe, they're praying when they dance. Her dress is pink. Pink represents sunrise, birth of a new nation, new race. Outlined in gold are 9 flowers. Had you been Juan Diego, you would assume those were the 9 tribes of Aztecs around Mexico City back in his lifetime. In our lifetime, what's cool about the dress, and the whole reason why I mention it, is you can Photoshop off the flowers, lie them on top of a map of Mexico, and you've got an outline of every major geographic feature of Mexico. The rivers, the lakes, the mountains. And yes, the Guadalupe to the right there is actually a cake made from one of the Guadalupes in one of my dance classes on her feast day, December 12th. Her cape is turquoise because that's the color of royalty, and she's the queen of heaven. She's outlined by all those rays of sunlight because she's lighting the way for Jesus to come at Christmas. At her feet, she stands on a crescent moon. to remind the indigenous that figuratively and literally, she's above, their goddess of the moon. Beneath the moon, and in Juan Diego's language, middle of the moon is where we get the word Mexico. The angel holding up the moon has the wings of an eagle, so the eagle becomes the symbol for Mexico. His feathers are red, white, and green because those were the colors of the birds that sang to announce Guadalupe's arrival each time to Juan Diego. So in today's world, the Mexican flag, red, white, and green, eagle in the middle, because it all comes back to Guadalupe. This image has a powerful effect on the indigenous, helps convert millions in the next few years alone. In today's world, it's by far the most popular image of Mary here in Mexico. When I teach a dance class, there's always at least 3 or 4 Guadalupes, both male and female, because it's by far the most popular name. In that lower right-hand corner, in the rocks there behind the flowers, that's a water stain in a mountain just outside of town that folks believe look like the Virgin of Guadalupe. As always, feel free to click the subscribe now button below and get automatic notification of new videos that come out almost daily here on the YouTube channel dedicated to San Miguel de Allende's secrets.